All right. Hey guys, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? We're going to be connecting with Project Pinball soon. They are on the road right now, I guess somewhere off the George Washington Highway. They're doing a really awesome Love Across America tour where they're doing eight dedications and traveling through 14 different states. So we're going to bring in Dan. He's getting ready on, he's in his car or something. But we're going to bring them in and talk to them and see how their update is. And I'm going to actually pull up my chat browser so I can see what you guys are saying. So feel free to ask questions during this. We want you to be just as involved with the tour. And let me know if our audio sounds good, if we're dropping frames or anything like that. Hi. I'll write hi in there. Can you guys see that? Alrighty. So Dan, are you ready to join in on the fun? Okay. Let's go to Dan. Hey Dan. You're live.
How's that? Oh, that's excellent. We've been having a great time here. Good to see you, Moto.
Yeah, good to see you too. So where are you? I see you're in your SUV, the traveling
I
but
really don't know. We're somewhere in Virginia in the middle of the woods. We were going down the George Washington Highway, and it was so scenic. And we knew that we wanted to reach out to our Facebook Live people. So we decided to pull in here. So it's very scenic, very nice.
nice. And so for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about Project Pinball and the Love Across America Tour 2020.
Well, that's simple. We place pinball machines in children's hospitals and Ronald McDonald homes across the nation to bring them great joy while they're going through their stays there, maybe some um, heavy times like doing treatments and everything like that. So, they can look forward to getting in front of a pinball machine and just making that whole hospital world disappear. And not only do the kids and the patients play it, but the parents are welcome to enjoy it as well. So, Love Across America is a way that we really promote our charity. We used to do individual dedications in the very beginning, but we found that it was more productive just to make a tour of it. It reduced the cost and the overhead of actually us doing individual things, maybe driving to or flying to a destination, flying out. So this pretty much condenses it. It brings more awareness to what we do. Plus, it allows more interaction, which people love.
Yeah.
We're constantly driving, and we get invitations of people asking us to stop in and having a chat, and that was pre-COVID. We do have our mask, very handy as you see, um, but it allowed us to really interact with the public and the communities and get stuff done. Meaning, the dedications, placing the machines where they need to get to in these hospitals, family rooms. So
Sure, it
that's
must
pretty much
be
the quick.
yeah, it must be kind of difficult to navigate through, this kind of pandemic. You still got to get these games to the hospitals. It's super important for those kids and the family and the staff there. What type of things do you guys do to make sure that you are staying safe and everyone else is staying
Well,
safe around you?
hold on. I gotta take my temperature real quick. Obviously, we have a
Oh, you're good.
digital temperature meter handy at all times. So, back to the serious. When the pandemic broke out, no one knew how this was going to affect, anybody in the world, not
Sure.
alone the charity. So we shut down just like everything else was. We were slated for 15 events in 2020, which we purged, just overnight. Just like the shows, they weren't available for us to go to. In Love Across America, traditionally happens in early June all the way into August. So we knew that we had to reschedule. There's no way we wanted to pose a threat to anybody, um,
Yeah.
with the chance of being contagious, taking it into a setting like a children's hospital. So we had to really do our homework, really be meticulous with where we were placing machines during this. We were staying out of the major cities like Chicago and New York because, for one, we weren't sure how the exposure was going to be for ourselves.
Yeah.
Again, we don't want to pose any threat of maybe picking up the virus and then tracking it in. That would be devastating for us to hear that we done so. So we had to be very meticulous. We were working with any source that we could talk to. We looked at the CDC guidelines very,
Nice.
and then we talked to local retirement communities near us, which we have great access to, local hospitals to us. Then we started talking to Ronald McDonald Homes that we were dealing with on this tour in the hospitals as well. So we really had to come up with a very secure protocol that we would feel comfortable just going into these settings.
Awesome.
So I think that we really done a good job and find a piece of wood to knock on, but we're doing really good so far. So we're a couple dedications in,
Yep.
and we still have a couple more to go. So we're doing it as safe as we can.
Awesome. So on your tour, it's 8 dedications, correct? Is it eight, seven, seven?
Unfortunately, no, it's actually seven now.
Right.
We had one slated for St. Petersburg, and they called us up because our state's getting hit in different
In
areas.
Florida.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you look, it's mostly in Miami-Dade County because the populace is the highest in that area. So rightly so, they have a chance of more infection there. But
Mm-hmm.
St. Petersburg seen the uptick, and they did the right thing. They called us up and said, "Hey, we're really nervous about this. We know what we established with protocol." But they were pretty much non-essential personnel was not getting admitted. So we said, no problem. St. Petersburg is from our headquarters, less than 2 hour drive. So we could
Right.
do that at any time that they,
When it's a bit
want to
safer
open
for
and
them.
welcome the door.
For sure.
Yeah, we're ready to
Yeah.
go. Uh, but we said, not a problem. We're working with the hospitals. We're not trying to say, no.
Yeah, I'd love to start talking about the dedications that you have done so far. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, that works. Hi, everyone. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. J. Lee Bolton, your internet stinks. Sorry. Okay, so, as we were saying, Dan, your first stop was in Charleston, South Carolina, correct? It
Yes.
was the first real stop. So I'm going to go over to our share moment screen and we're going to see a little slideshow on it. And then you can talk about how wonderful of an experience that was.
Fantastic.
And we are a go. Filling up the
This is you.
car.
You're pumping gas. You're filling up some water for Maggie. So this was for the Ronald McDonald House in Charleston, South Carolina. Beautiful. And you were donating to Starbucks.
Am I doing narration?
Not yet. Once this is done, it's just a little 30-second. Oh, there
Okay,
you are,
that's why I
holding the big
wasn't
shoes. Holding
responding.
the big shoes. Okay, yeah. So tell us about how Charleston went. The first
It was
picture I
great.
have is you hanging out with Ronald McDonald wearing masks, and you stole his shoes, Dan.
Yes, I did. I had to have them. They actually fit me quite comfortably, which is really bizarre. But no, I was honored. we placed the machine, which we'll get to, but I was speechless. They pulled these out and they said, "We want you to have Ronald McDonald shoes," and so here they are. So
Oh,
we're gonna try to use these at our next dedication in
nice. I have a
Cincinnati
picture of that.
at their Ronald McDonald home. So I think the kids will love it. I know I will. I'll get
Have
a
you ever
a
been
big
gifted
kick
a
out of them.
pair of giant shoes like that before?
No, never, never at all. Um, the thing is, I get mementos along the way. I get teddy bears and gift cards and stuff like that that I stick on the wall or set on my desk, and everybody comes in and they inquire about the different objects. So these are definitely going on my desk, and a lot of people are going to be like, "What the heck do you have there?"
I thought you were just
So
gonna wear
I
them
think
around
it's
all
going to be
day.
great. Yeah, my new dance shoes. What do you think?
Yeah, we can play Dance
I
Dance
mean,
Revolution, and you wear those shoes.
yeah, I think it would be cheating. I mean, these would couple squares.
I think it would
But
hinder you.
no, I was honored. They brought them out, and they were so happy that we were there. That it meant a lot to me, and they wanted to actually give me a brand new pair. But if you could see, there's actually
Oh, love
these
marks.
were loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were loved, and I love the patina. So it meant a lot more that they were actually used to bring smiles to the patients.
Hmm.
So that's why I want them. I didn't want a brand new pair. I
Yeah.
wanted these, and
Has some little
they.
history on it.
Yeah, I love it. Um,
Well, tell me about the
do you want me to talk
dedication.
about the
Yeah,
dedication?
yeah. Let's talk
Okay.
about Charleston. You set up a Star Wars, right? And I
Yeah,
see you have
we
a volunteer here helping you.
yes,
What was your
Sierra's.
team?
Well, we have first off, we went the night before, and that's where we always do a drive by, like a setup, because we
Mm-hmm.
want to be prepared the next day. So we seen this long ramp that went into the Ronald McDonald House. It's their handicap ramp. It's the longest handicap ramp I ever seen because the building is elevated to where normally a second floor would be. So all of a sudden, Sierra's been a pin mover a long time, but she was kind of designated for the live Facebook.
Yep.
So we had our volunteer Timmons, um,
Nice.
which was the person that put us in contact with Charleston Ronald McDonald Home. It was him reaching out to us and saying, "Hey, there's a need in my backyard right here." So he was pretty much the driving force for us to focus on Charleston, and it happened so quick, and the people were so lovely, just amazing people. So Timmons and I actually put the pin skates, on the bottom of, and you can buy those at Marco Specialties. The skates that we use. There you go. See, um,
Thanks for the plug.
and they're very nice. You put the legs on, and you just strap on these
Mhm.
wheels to the
Just
bottom, and
roll it
we
in.
were able to roll it up this long
Nice.
ramp to the front, and it was so easy. So we go in there, we do the introductions, and um, we always ask where the machine's going to go. And at that time, it was supposed to go on the first floor. No problem. We just went up this ramp, and the entrance was right onto the first floor. Well, they changed their mind. It actually was going up to the second floor. So I promptly asked, "Where's the elevator?" And they said that there wasn't any, and they showed me the steps. There was like 14 steps
That's like a
that went
four-story
up this.
building. It looked like. It looked like a
So
pretty big
it
building.
was it was just amazing. So we had to enlist a couple more people to pick up the machine, take it up
Nice.
here, and we put it into its permanent home on the second floor. And we switched it on, and everybody was just amazed. It was a Star Wars Pro uh, pinball machine by Stern.
Awesome. Nice. And then from moving on from there, you then went to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. That was your next stop. So let's watch the Chapel Hill video now. Nope. was for the UNC Children's Hospital. Giant hospital. Stop number 2. Completed. Awesome. So how did this one go?
It went very well. Our first one was um, Chapel, or I'm sorry,
Charleston.
Charleston, like you said.
Hmm.
And that was the day before. The very next day, we had to make it over to Chapel Hill after picking up a machine again from Marco Specialties. We delivered several machines for them to hold for us so we could pick it up and throw it in Escalade here to take it up to them. And um, we had a chance to do again another drive by the hospital where we seen the sign that said Chapel Hill. So Sierra, being adventurous, jumped out and we were able to get that very cute shot that opened that video. Um, and then the next day, we were very prepared. We had, again, our volunteers waiting for us and directing us into the loading dock, which made it
Nice.
super easy. It had to be
Oops.
one of the easiest, offloads that we ever done. They just pitched in, and we were definitely blessed. Scott and Brian are our volunteers that are going to actually do the maintenance of the machine. So it's great to have them on hand where they could see the joy, just bringing this machine in. And it was just
Very cool.
great.
I love their kids area. You guys took a few different pictures. Is that where the pinball machine ultimately went? I see like a bumblebee seat and what is this? An air hockey table. They kind of
Yeah,
have a little kids arcade.
it was
So
really
now a pinball
a
machine.
mini. It was like a mini arcade. It was a vast area that had toys and puzzles and coloring books, but it had,
Nice.
like a boomerang air hockey machine, which I never had a chance to play. I was tempted to go
Yeah,
over there
that's
and
cool.
just try it out.
Boomerang.
But they have an air hockey machine, and in another room they house the what is that, the basketball machine that's there
Oh yeah,
right
the
beside the
like the
pinball machine.
hoops game.
Yeah, the something like that. So the
Yeah, I
pinball
can see it in
machine
the
there,
background.
which was the Ninja Turtles, went right beside that. So they had a great home for it because they actually, the main area
That's a
that
cool
you've
table.
seen
Hmm.
with the bumblebee and everything like that was for adolescents in mixed groups.
Sure.
But the one where the basketball was for the teens. So they had their area where they could go, and sometimes it has restrictions because the teens need their space sometimes. So this is going to get double duty. I think it's fantastic.
That's awesome. And
And
what a great game to put in there, Turtles. You know, the new
yeah,
Teenage
yeah.
Mutant Ninja Turtles by Stern Pinball. I love that game.
The Turtles was great. Soon as we heard that the theme that was coming out for John Borg was the Turtles, I rang him up, and he was super excited. He wished he could have told us, as soon as he was designing it, but he managed to hold it in, but he was gushing. And we even
Oh,
had Jeremy Packer, Zombie Yeti,
yeah.
reach out to us, and he was so glad that. The turtles was able to be put in there too, because if people don't know, Jeremy Packer, Zombie Yeti, is the artist that did the wonderful turtles artwork on that machine, which is beautiful. He's both those guys, John Borg and Sullivan. He Dwight Sullivan was a programmer. He did such a great job. um, but the feature of the game that it has, that everybody knows, is the pizza.
Pizza.
The
Pizza
spinning
disc.
pizza,
Yeah.
which is amazing. It has a magnet in the middle and it captures the ball. So I kind of explained it, and people are like, okay, that's cool. And then all of a sudden,
As soon as they saw it.
actually I had to, put the pressure on to make those 3 shots to start it, and they lost their minds. They were
That's
like, "Oh
hard.
my goodness," you know. My description wasn't enough. They needed to see that, and they were just, losing their minds. So we had people playing, and I would ask them, "So are you thinking about work right now?" And they would just laugh, because they weren't. They knew that we interrupted, their workday with this. And again, that's why we do it in these hospital settings. If someone's having a bad day or, going some really difficult times, we could provide a escape for them, a therapeutic distraction. So, that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, and besides the distraction, one of the things I noticed while looking at y'all's pictures is you always do this like split flipper tutorial.
Always,
Yeah, so
always.
tell us about that. Why is it important for the doctors to know about playing split
Well,
flipper?
Split Flipper was a tournament concept that, we used to do just something for fun. I believe it. I could be wrong with this, but I was introduced to it at the Papa headquarters. They would have tournaments like that. All of a sudden, we were doing the dedication in Colombia uh, at the Nationwide Children's Hospital there, and I actually seen a boy that had his arm in a cast, and all the other kids were rushing to the front, and they were, playing the machine during the dedication. So after the dedication was over, I went up to the family and I asked the boy, "Would you like to play pinball?" And he's like, kind of, he didn't
Oh,
say it, but he's like, "I have
I
this
have a
cast on." I'm like,
cast.
"No, no, you'll be fine. Is this your brother?" And I got him in front of the machine. One was on one side, the other was on the other side, and they played a full game, enough where they were getting to the multi balls and they were progressing through the game. So
No.
now what I do is, we never know, there might be limitations like that. At another dedication, it was just natural for a brother and sister to, split the duties. They did it without me even coaching them, and it was just wonderful. They were very close, and they were able to do, something together in that setting. So that's something that I introduced. Another reason is, some kids are very nervous about trying new things, especially when, they're maybe the focus of the audience. So, what better way to split the duty and say, "No, we got this," as a
Teamwork.
teamwork,
Yeah.
So, we try to, promote, the easing in of playing pinball, because it can be daunting. Here, shoot this, hit that. It can be really, really difficult to the very first time that you play the machine. So we try to make it easy.
It's amazing. That's beautiful. So let's see. What else at Chapel Hill? Got in the group
Well,
shot. You want to talk about this team again? Let me pull up this photo. So all these are the doctors, and you had 2 extra volunteers. They
yes,
were the ones that dedicated.
child life
Okay.
specialist.
Wow.
Beth was just fantastic. Her personality, just, I couldn't see her face, but you could tell she was smiling the whole time.
Wait, how can you
I
tell?
mean,
Because
oh,
we
I
had this
just could tell.
conversation last night. Look at Daniel. He's like this.
Yeah,
You're going to
that's
start
something new
seeing
that
him
I
in
came
all
up
his
with,
photos where he goes, hold on, explain to
because
us
that's
what
my
this
smile.
is.
That's my smile, because we're all
I love
reacting,
it.
and we have these smiles that are so big, but the masks just cover everything. And I'm like, what's a good way for me to show how excited I am? So, I actually did that impromptu and say, "I'm smiling. I'm going to show it." And it was the best way I thought to do that. And now at the Chapel Hill, we're doing funny arms in the one photograph
Mm-hmm.
that we're going to try, because we want to show that
Show the
everybody's super
excitement.
excited behind
Yeah.
their mask. Yeah. So we're trying to do something to show that everybody's joyful of receiving this gift. I mean, it's a Ninja Turtles. I mean, why wouldn't you be happy? It's a super game.
Gosh, I know, right? That's great. So it's just, I love Project Pinball because, you're helping kids and their families and everything in very dire times, but also with pinball, you could be changing their lives forever. This could be the moment where they fall in love with pinball as much as we all have, and pinball just becomes their life and livelihood too, once they get better and everything like that. It's the motivation with it. You're inspiring so many people, and it's just beautiful.
Well, can I share a story?
Yes, please.
It's a great story.
That's what we're
It
here.
just happened recently, right before we were getting on the road. It's actually the day before, and we were really busy. I had this call come in from Lincoln, Nebraska, and I'm like, okay, I'm taking this call, and it was a grandmother, and she was saying how much pinball meant to her grandson. That she actually spent time with him down at the Omaha Children's Hospital, and he loved the Shrek pinball machine that we placed there back in 2016, and he loved it. He would go down there for his stay. He had to be in isolation because of what he's dealing with, and that's what he had. That was his world. So she was asking if there was somehow that we could get a pinball machine because they no longer go down there, thank goodness. And he enjoyed pinball so much. Could we put him in contact? So what we did was we reached out to the Lincoln, Omaha pinball group, and a person came forward because we were looking to maybe purchase something family friendly, maybe older machine, but they're going to loan one of their machines that they have from
Oh,
their collection to this family, and they said that they would take care of anything that was needed in the maintenance, and
wow.
they would take care of everything to make this happen. And it's because of the Shrek that was in the Omaha Children's Hospital. So like you said, we're building these bridges, we're building maybe a new pinball community, with every touch of this machine. So yeah, you know in the difficult times, you're going to, really focus on maybe the bright spot, that one moment that you were allowed to escape. And
Yeah.
you're going to carry that on through your life and maybe introduce it to people that you care about, maybe your children, maybe, your friends or whatever. So, yeah, we're definitely building bridges here, definitely, making those connections. So, as a pinball enthusiast myself, I think that's fantastic. I think that's why the community exists. I mean,
Yeah. I
so
love
many
this
people,
community.
they're trying to push pinball and say, hey, I love this. You should at least try it too. So, yeah, more of that.
Yeah, and everyone remembers their first real game. Not like owning a game, but like the first time they really hone in and figure it out. You know,
So true.
that
So
what
true.
was your first game that you fell in love with?
I didn't
That
fall in love with it. Not at all.
but you'll remember it
Um, it was
forever.
my it was my nemesis, honestly, and a lot of people might agree with me. It was Bally's Fireball, and
mm,
gosh, I hated that thing. It would just take my quarters left and right, and I would just shove more quarters in there. I mean, that left out lane, for the people of the know, it was brutal. I mean, that spinning disc, it was like, oh yeah, it saved it from going down the middle, and then it would whip it out the left, and you're like, really? And it was brutal. I hated that game. There was no love, but it did challenge me. It did keep me coming back, and it was brutal. So the first game I loved um, came after that. I think it was Haunted House.
Oh,
Haunted
yeah,
House was a
awesome.
really good game for me. What about you?
Yeah,
What
John
was your first
Osborne.
game?
My first game where I really like understood the rules and started seeing like, oh, I'm achieving things was Demolition Man, and
Okay.
I hope to
Wow.
one day own that game. It's kind of a cheesy game, but I love it. I'll never forget how much time I've spent on it.
I never knew it existed until later when I started collecting. I never seen that game because I was a fan of the movie. It was cheesy,
Oh, I love the
but
movie. Yeah, man, the movie's great.
yeah, it was so cheesy, but that was the action movies of that time. So
Yeah,
when I played the pinball game, I'm like, oh my goodness, they just have everything, like Ahmed and everything from the game. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is great.
it's great.
I could
Yeah.
see why you liked it.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I don't play with the top controller, so I just use the regular flippers. Top ones freak me out.
I tried it a couple times. It's too much leverage for me, and I'm a
It's a good
very
challenge. Yeah.
aggressive. I was tilting too often. But there is, the secret codes up there. So a lot of people keep
Oh
their
yeah, you
thumbs up
gotta go
arrow on that.
go
Yeah,
back down.
you get the extra jackpots and stuff. So
Awesome. Well, Dan, you're in your car, so we're not gonna take too much of your time left. But why don't you tell us what you're doing next and what
okay.
you just did this morning too? Because you just picked up a game, right? That's
Ah,
why you're in
perfect. Yeah,
DC.
yeah,
Talk about your
yeah.
tour.
We loved going back to Pittsburgh, but we delayed it. For one evening. I grew up in Pittsburgh. That's why I love going back to Pittsburgh. Um, but a gentleman that owned a Paradise, a Gottlieb 1965 Paradise, was interviewing us to see if his machine would be held in high regards, where we could put it in a facility that other people would be able to play. And we guaranteed him that it would be. Um, the Paradise is a very good flipper game, um, and I played it many a times. A good friend of mine, John I, had one, and we would have fierce battles. So when the guy called me up and he was talking about it, I shared my experience, on a Paradise as well, and he just loved that I could get it, that I understood, the passion that he had for his machine, and we. What we plan on doing it needs to be restored. It needs to go through the paces of taking things apart and tumbling and doing all the stuff to get it fully 100% functional. But we plan on putting it into like a retirement home or something similar where older community can maybe relate to this, and I think it would be a great joy for them. We done this in the past. We put a surf champ into a retirement home, and we had the biggest uh, line of people waiting to see this machine place. It was incredible. They were coming out of wherever they were, the rooms, what have you, and they would just follow in line. I was like the Pied Piper of pinball. I had people follow me to where this machine was going to be placed, and the line kept growing, and I knew that they loved it. I heard stories soon as they would come up, and they would say, "Oh my goodness, I remember this machine," and you could see the spark, of excitement just erupt. I mean, it was incredible. So with the Paradise, we hope to do the same thing,
Yeah.
spark that excitement and bring joy. So not only are we serving children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald homes, and regular hospitals, but we're doing something special here also. And I want to share how much this machine meant. Like I said, there was an interview process. He was vetting us to make sure that we were going to be responsible. There was real tears. Um,
Mm.
he wanted to make sure that his baby was going to go to, a special home. And, there was real tears in his eyes. And it was very touching. And we reassured him that we're going to, during the teardown process, we're going to show photographs of us going through it. That way he could see that we're doing exactly
That's
what
awesome.
he put his faith in us to do. So, I think that'll be good and it'll give him, that satisfaction that, something that he loved and cherished is going to be loved by others.
That's
So,
beautiful.
yeah, it's right behind me. It's right here.
That's awesome.
So we have two machines in the car again.
Take good care of his baby, Dan.
Oh, without a doubt. I love it.
Awesome.
So,
And then, so next in your journey, you kind of go up and around this way, and you're headed to Ohio to do a
yes,
dedication in Akron and then Cincinnati, right? Coming up?
that is true. Our next dedication will be we'll arrive in Akron on Sunday night. And again, we'll do the drive around and get ready for the dedication Monday.
Nice.
And this one's very special as well. They're all special in different
Yeah.
ways. We get, big red shoes, and it's really special. Um, there's a story that goes with this. A mother approached us and she was saying that her daughter really enjoyed pinball and it meant a lot to her. She was struggling with some difficulties. I'm not going to go into the details, but she didn't win her battle. She passed away, and when her mother was calling her, she was very upset about her daughter's passing, and she wanted to know if we could help her out by placing a pinball machine in Akron. Uh, that her daughter would love to know that was happening, and I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up. Um, but we knew we had to make it happen by any
Yeah.
means. So we were very diligent on talking to the hospital, making sure that we got a mountain to climb, but we're showing that we're able to do this, and people are putting their trust in us. So, thank you to all of our supporters. I haven't said it in this broadcast, but I love to say it because we're doing this. It's not just me. I'm the driver of this bus, which I think is great. But man, we need the support out there, and we're a grassroots charity. We make sure that the dollar that's collected in these communities go right back to that community. And
For a, oh God, I don't want to close it out. Let's go here. This is for a Jurassic Park topper by Tilt Top. See, Tilt Toppers. Yep, by Tilt Topper. It's a beautiful Jurassic Park topper. I'm gonna spin the wheel, and we're gonna pick. All right, let's see it.
I love the wheel.
Oh, Mo Pinball! Congratulations, Mo
Nice.
Pinball. Mo Pinball. I know him. He's actually an operator in Missouri. So MO for Missouri.
Very nice.
So nice. Now you have
Thank you,
a
Mo.
topper. I think he might have a Jurassic Park as well too. So congratulations.
Oh,
We'll
that would
reach
be
out to you.
perfect.
Yeah. He operates 1984 Branson Arcade and a few other local spots. That's one of my arcades that I travel to. So that's awesome that he actually was part of that. All right, let's go to the giveaway number 2. This is for some general spooky pinball swag. It looked like he had some glasses, like drinking glasses, some keychains, and some other fun spooky stuff, right?
We love spooky.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
an
so
awesome
supportive
team.
of what we do. Yeah.
So as y'all see, the odds are pretty good. So don't forget to like Project Pinball's Facebook page and Instagram to be able to see when the next giveaway is, which I'm sure y'all will be posting today. So let's see who's gonna win some spooky swag. Click it here. Yeah. And the winner is Will Otting. Wow. I love the pinball community. I know all these people. Will Otting is actually one of the founders and definitely the web developer of This Week in Pinball. Great guy.
Oh, wow.
On the Twippy committee. And
Thank
yeah,
you
he's
so
awesome.
much.
Wow, so congratulations, you got spooky swag. Maybe then you can turn your
Very
spooky
nice.
swag into a This Week in Pinball giveaway. Look at that. All these people. All right.
And can we remind everybody that we will be reaching out to you for your
Yep.
shipping addresses? So be looking for us. If we can't get a hold of you, please contact us at that email, Project Pinball.
Yeah. And if you don't respond at all, then all the prizes go to me.
Yeah.
And I'll take it. All right. The next one is for the Stargate artwork. The Stargate artwork was created by Arto Vision 3D. They do a lot of cool artwork, including lots of pinball special artwork for pinball.
They're amazing. When these came in, there was a description that came before we seen them, and they are so amazing. He did such a great job. They're like 3D renderings of backglasses and other things that you're familiar with the pinball.
That's awesome. Yeah, so
and
the Stargate
I think he did a
like
joust also. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, today's giveaway is the joust. It's the benzo and everything like that. It's truly amazing.
All right, so everyone that's watching right now,
tune in today.
Yeah, you missed out on these giveaways, but now you have a chance to get in on the fun. And you just got to comment on the page, like the creators page too, if you don't mind, and we'll put your name in the drawing. So let's see, who gets the Stargate arts? Jordan Mitchell! I don't know if I know Jordan. I'm sorry. But congratulations, Jordan, on that awesome swag. All right. Last but not least, now we're plowing through these. Look at these odds. These are great odds. I should have commented on it. Sheesh. All right, so this one is for the spooky Alice Cooper's Nightmare Castle translite. That was signed by Alice Cooper. That's amazing.
Yes. We were really
Alice Cooper growing up.
Surprised. Dang. We didn't know that a backlash or the translate was coming. And all of a sudden we seen it was signed by Alice Cooper. We're like, oh my goodness. All those guys, they're just amazing. This prize is just, super.
This is a good one.
So right, who's going to win?
I recognize some of these names, so let's see. Oh no, Mo Pinball. Wait, can we do that? Wow. Can you win twice?
Can we win twice?
Ask Sierra.
Asking the official right beside me.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared.
How about we let him choose?
Yes.
How about we let him choose which one he wants to win? We put the other one back on a giveaway list. Or are you just going to give him two? Saves him shipping costs. He followed the rules. Ooh. Dilemma.
The first one would be better, so he'd probably choose that one, wouldn't he?
I'm not sure. We could do choice. We didn't really, have that thought through. So, I hate to make rules up as a tournament director. That's one thing you don't want to do because, people will say, oh, man, yeah. And Mo's probably saying, no, I don't want to do that. But we're gonna make the.
All right.
What are you saying? Tell you what, we're going to reach out to Mo, and we're going to ask him if he'll be gracious enough, and then what we'll do is we'll throw that prize back in,
nice.
If he wants to. Right. And let's not. No,
we won't judge him if he takes both of them.
Yeah, because again, it's our bad. We did not have that designated. But from here on in, let's say one per person.
One per person.
So people will be coming up with fake, hey, I'm Mr. Pinball.
Oh, man. That was good.
As long as they leave a comment, I guess we're all good. Yeah. So.
Dang, it's Christmas for him. Well.
Yeah. Okay, Mo, no third one here. No, no. We just made the rule. So,
You won
do
twice.
we have another one to do?
Nope, that's the 4 now. We will do more on our next stream, which we are going to do this again, our recap of y'all's tour. Look at Maggie's ear right there. Just put Maggie in the shot. I want to see Maggie. Get her in. Okay.
That's my girl.
So we'll be streaming again on twitch.tv Marco Pinball, as well as the Project Pinball Charity Facebook page on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, after the dedication that day, the
Yeah, but I
dedication
want
in
to add,
Cincinnati.
would like to add, everybody has to tune in because Tuesday's dedication is going to be very, very special.
Oh, yeah,
We
I
have a
remember.
special guest coming in. And yes, it was leaked out there, just like all, things in the
It's
pinball
going to be good.
community. It was leaked, but it did help, us establish the funding for the Cincinnati Ronald McDonald Home. So thank
That's
you.
awesome.
But, for the people that know, don't share it, please. We want it to be a
It's a
surprise. I think it's going to be
surprise.
very, very special. So tune
Yay.
in Tuesday, right? Tuesday, right here.
Right.
We're going to be doing this again and we'll share all the details.
Yep.
The
And
play by play.
so the Project Pinball team, the road team, Dan and Sierra will be live streaming, if possible, at the hospital during the dedication. Sometimes the hospital has like these crazy barriers and you can't get
Yeah,
any Wi-Fi in it at all. And
like the
but
last one.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully they'll be able to live stream on there. But beyond that, they are documenting it, taking pictures and videos and sending it to me, and then we'll do our nice little recap like you see here, so we can keep all of y'all updated on the Love Across America Tour 2020. So, any last words, Dan, before I let you guys hit the
I
road?
Well, I just want to express, like I said, we wanted to do something special because it's been a difficult 2020 for us all. Some more than others, obviously. Um, a good friend of mine and a friend to Steve Epstein passed away. And, that was very hard on a
Yeah.
lot of us. Um, Steve and I worked very, very close to come up with some special things that everybody's going to see in the future. It was a youth tournament that we worked on, and we're going to name it Steve's Kids Cup. Is a trophy that the kids are. It's for kids only of a certain age, and that's going to be coming. But I also wanted to end on, this year we wanted to give something special back because, I mean, there's a lot of things that are on our minds in the foreground, and we just wanted to give something special back. That's why we knew that we had to do it safely, come up with a protocol to be able to do our charity's mission to bring the joy to the families and hopefully share that with the people viewing and the people helping supporting and everything that they do, something special, maybe a high note to end 2020 on. So we're very much enjoying what we're doing at the dedications. I hope it shows. I wish everybody was there. I wish I could hug you guys. um, and we're getting stuff done and trying to bring the joy where it needs to be. So,
That's awesome.
thank you to everybody. Thank you, Moto. You're doing a great job. Thank you for your support and
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely.
Moto's been working behind the scenes, putting this all together. So we love her, and
And let's thank
we
Sierra. You
really
should,
appreciate it.
hey, grab your camera real quick and pan it on Sierra so we can all see her and
Hold on,
wave at her.
she's wise. Hold on, she's talking.
Yay,
Where is she?
Sierra! She's the
So
MVP
there she
right
is.
there. The true MVP. She makes it all
Oh,
happen.
she's with me all the way. I could not do it without her. So yes,
You
when
got a
you
good
see
team, Dan.
Sierra, give her an elbow bump. You know, and just say what a great job she's doing, because she really, really is. And believe it or not, she is really getting into ripping apart pinball machines. So,
Yeah.
um, she's going to be talking to Crystal and everything like that, picking up some, power traits and knock me out of the way. But she's really getting into immersing herself in so many facets of the pinball community. Not
That's
only
awesome.
does she work with the charity, but she actually, will get in there when, I might come in. She's in there early playing pinball machines. So she's play testing them, is what she says, but that
She's
works
just
too.
practicing to beat you. You're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
rusty.
No, she's getting that good. I'm not getting rusty. She's getting that good. I mean, seriously, she came. I mean, and I don't say this, as a dismissal, what have you. I'm saying it because she has not played pinball as long as I have. And, I think that my experience, should keep the edge, but no. She is just kicking butt. I can't wait to see her in competition again. I mean, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm not kidding. I'm not
That's
saying
awesome.
this
I
because
can't
she's
wait.
right beside me. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch it.
Awesome.
So we probably took enough of everybody's time, and we do have to get on the road here again and make sure that we stay on schedule. So
Yeah.
thank you to everybody, and if you don't tune in, you're going to miss out on some great opportunities, for prizes, what have you. So have fun, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So good luck on your travels. Everyone watching, don't forget to follow along on their journey on Facebook and Instagram and join in on the giveaways. It's awesome. And for those of you on Twitch, in a few hours, we're going to see Pin Clash, i.e. Pinball's epic Pin Clash heads up online tournament extravaganza is going to be playing all day today. So get your snacks ready because it's going to be a long tournament. But I'm excited to see that too. So maybe
Oh,
you
that's
guys can
very
pull over
exciting.
and watch some of it. Carl D'Angelo he just works magic, man. And he has a great team to
Yeah,
help him.
well,
But he's
Carl's
the magic man.
amazing.
He's amazing.
He elevated tournament pinball, with his software and just with the tournament directors and everything. So, yeah, support Carl. It's only for the good of
Yeah.
pinball that he's doing this, and he's very dedicated. He's the hardest
He's
working
so
guy
passionate.
that
He's
I
so
know.
cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
So,
smart.
Carl, if you watching this, Carl, we love you, man. Keep up the great work. If there's something that we could do to help you, let us know. We're there for you. So have fun
All right.
and peace
Well,
out.
safe travels, Dan.
Oh, always, always.
Project Pinball helps rehabilitation.
For a kid that's in a hospital, you're playing a pinball machine, and for the time being, you don't have to really think about where you are or what you're doing. You're focused solely on playing pinball.
Pinball can be fun, but it can also be therapeutic because slamming that ball around when you're angry sure does make you feel a little bit better.
You know what, one thing I like about it, it makes them move. Laps around the wards is replaced to a lap down to the pinball machine and standing for an hour.
They have to use both hands. You kind of find yourself when you're playing pinball moving into it to play.
And so the kids can come in here, number one, stand, the ones that are having that issue, but they can still hold on, so they get that strengthening. And then they're using both hands and eye and watching. So it's going to be a great non-therapy therapy. And having a good time.
Pinball's great because it's lights, it's sounds, and you're so focused on getting that ball and hitting that target and getting those points that you're really not thinking about why you're in the hospital. You're able to distract your time away a little bit.
Pinball is a way to get your mind for the moment off of whatever is happening in your personal life. Even if it is a bad situation, having to be in a hospital, seeing a pinball machine can make it all better.
I just want to give back any way that I can. And my passion for pinball I think was a great partner for, this giving.